How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Mamiya. I'm glad to be able to do this with you once again. It is a pleasure having you around as always, and thank you so much for joining us. So last time we figured Kikuchi Ryo's story. It was really quite beautiful, very interesting. He's such a dynamic and kind of flavorful character, almost like an acquired taste. And so it was really interesting to get that wrap up. Kind of seeing like what he was missing was really like this sense of self-preservation, and that it was accessed by like kind of helping him feel attached and motivated to preserve somebody else's life, like that friendship and that bond and that kind of love, like more of an actual like affectionate like two-way love rather than flitting around with like just whoever would take him in. It was really interesting to see. So that's 2 down, 2 to go. We got 2 more endings to pursue, and there's going like so either we are going for the tall, calming silhouette or the curvy, roundish silhouette. I don't know which one I'm gonna. I'm still flip flopping on which one I'm gonna go down, but I think we're gonna go with Minato because I think their story is really powerful, and I'm kind of curious to see what the actual result is going to be with this one. Like just because. It's like one of those situations where I'm not sure like what would help. I mean, with all of them, there's really nothing that I can know for sure would help. But this is one I just don't know, and I'm really curious to see what the game's going to go with this for the narrative wise. So hopefully you'll enjoy this with me. So sit back, relax. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Let's get started. Curvy, roundish silhouette. Nuts. Oh, that's something. Natsumi, wait. Hearing the voice of Tojo Minato made me turn around, and when I did, there he was, heaving ragged breaths. He looked up at me with his still flushed face. When our eyes finally met, he made a warm, innocent smile. Are you free anytime soon? Sure, but I don't really have anything planned. Great, then let's hang out. Okay, but why ask me, though? Huh? You're gonna make me say it? He let his sweaty hair dance in the breeze as he tilted his head to the side. I suddenly tensed up, fearing he might find me rude. I'm joking. It's nothing serious. You said you just moved here recently, so I wanted to show you around town. His youthful chuckle left me entranced for a moment. That's perfect, then. I was actually thinking of getting to know you better myself. All right, then let's meet up on Sunday in front of the station. Oh wow, I forgot he dresses like this casually. It's like business casual. Natsumi, over here. Tojo Minato waved his hand at me. The way he was dressed made him look way more stylish than he was in uniform. It really brought out his charms. I still don't have much furniture, so it'd be nice if you could help me choose. Wait, are you telling me they didn't even have a curtains? Yeah, my place is pretty bare bones, you see. Oh, we can't have that. Okay, leave this all to me. I'll make sure to turn your place into an apartment you'll love to go home to. Also, do you actually own anything besides that trench coat? Afraid not. I'm rather lacking in good clothes, too. Well, keeping warm is pretty important, so for starters, you should get more than just those gloves. He took my hand, but grew all pale when he noticed the watch on my wrist. Natsumi, is this? The watch was a birthday gift I'd received from my father before I died. Forget I said anything. An ordinary person like me has no business commenting on your fashion sense. I'm really sorry. Huh? What's wrong? Your new home must be huge, right? Are you sure you need my help decorating? Wouldn't some high-class purveyor be a better choice than IKEA? Wait, oh, so the watch must be like a really expensive, valuable watch. No, it's okay. I'm more than happy to leave this to you. You're more of a big deal than I thought. He made me a bitter smile and began walking off. Come on, Natsumi, let's go. Sure, I'm counting on you, Tojo. The two of us shopped around for a few hours. The curtains and large pieces of furniture would be delivered to my place later, so we ended up carrying fewer things than I'd expected. I mean, that makes sense. Did they expect to actually carry for? Well, maybe. I guess if it's IKEA, it would be like packaged, prepackaged, like like it's broken down. So maybe you could carry that. I gotta say, you're pretty unique taste. I mean, who picks a purple curtain to go with yellow carpet? Interesting. Man, I'm glad I had you with me. I simply picked out things I liked without any thought given to how they'd actually go together. Meanwhile, Tojo Minato imagined what the room would look like in the end and gave appropriate advice while taking my preferences into consideration. Is there anything you'd like to eat, Natsumi? No, I think I'm fine with whatever you choose. Come on, don't be like that. I want to specifically pick out something you'd like. We chatted while walking. He was on the part of the sidewalk closer to the road. I was the adult here, though. Plus, I was taller. Bashfully, feeling like a girl being escorted by her boyfriend, I allowed him to take the lead. This place was a relatively relaxed area full of boutiques selling brand products. And this is also very interesting. I guess I didn't realize this, but I've accidentally left the two kind people, people who have been more open, for last. And so like I kind of got used to like the whole like you gotta like aggressively pursue and like help people understand like you care about them to get any progress, but this is gonna be a whole different what game. The town was decorated thoroughly and gaudily, and Tojo Minato walked through it all with a smile on his face. He fit right in with the refined atmosphere of this place. I was also happy to notice that he seemed to be acting more confident compared to when he was wearing a school uniform. He took me to a cafe with a laid-back atmosphere. It was somewhat crowded inside due to it being lunchtime, but the noise never became unpleasant. We ended up ordering a lunch set. The water had a certain minty fragrance to it, which was exactly what my weary throat needed. Sounds nice. Here you go, 2 lunch sets, a rice omelet, and a chocolate banana pancake. Enjoy your meal. Yay, look at all this food! Did he intend to eat more than just a lunch set? Would it be alright if we brought you to the deluxe parfait after the meal? Yes, that's fine. Well, he's in his growth period. Do you enjoy school? Hey, don't ask questions I'd expect from an estranged uncle. Though, yeah, I do enjoy school. That's great to hear. You know, I wish I was as close to everyone as you are. Huh? Me? Yeah, I've always looked up to people like you. You're unexpectedly cute, Natsumi. What? I'm just joking. Now, I don't know how to deal with Minato. He's great, though. I could feel my cheeks get flushed as he continued to giggle. Tojo Minato had always been a class favorite. He could get along with pretty much anyone, and I greatly respected him for that. In life, I was a plain, everyday man who had about as much presence as air. Wow. Being a gentle soul, Tojo would often come to talk to me, but our conversations were short-lived. He soon returned to his own circle of friends, leaving me to gaze at him from a distance. But right now, we were enjoying a weekend together. I could have never managed to do something like that while I was still alive. Just thinking about it nearly put a smile on my face. Did you have fun? Yeah, I had a great time. Thanks for such a wonderful day. Don't hesitate to call me if you need anything, okay? Even if it's just a bug you need squished, just let me know and I'll come running. Thanks, you're very kind. I smiled at him. He seemed bewildered at first, but then looked at me with upturned eyes. Only to you, though. Before I could ask what he had meant, he poked my chest with his finger. He's laid it on a little thick, isn't he? Like, am I really? I feel like there's only one way to interpret all this. Ugh. Let's go. I'll see you at the station. Sure. Oh, wait, there's something I'd like to drop by first. A flower shop? Wow, you'd buy flowers? That's so mature. Here, for you. Huh? I gave him a bouquet of dazzling yellow orchids. Aww. I'd be happy if you decorate your room with them. You seem to have better taste in flowers than furniture. Shut up. I know this isn't much, but it's my way of saying thanks. Man, yellow flowers again. Huh? Does yellow really suit me that well? I only tend to use it as a supplementary color, but maybe that's precisely why. He kept muttering to himself with a serious look on his face. I just figured any kind of flower would suit you. Though initially dumbfounded, he ended up bursting out laughing. Now that's what I call a pickup line. Anyway, thanks. Should I give you a present too? How about red roses? Huh? No, that'd be embarrassing. They'd suit you well, though. He chuckled with a dry voice and turned his hand around. Anyway, I'm going this way. Thanks for today. See you. That was just a flat out date. I don't think that's a problem. It's just interesting. It's like so, like I'm expecting the hammer to drop, the shoe to drop, whatever, the boot to drop. That's the phrase. Gosh darn it. I'm not kind at all. Tojo Minato whispered that under his breath while still holding the yellow bouquet. The train kept on rocking back and forth. Surrounded by its sound, Tojo Minato slowly closed his eyes. I'm back. Once again, his greeting was met with no reply as he stepped into the dark room. It was cold, so he turned on the heating. He placed the bouquet on the desk and prepared a vase for it. This would be the second time he would plant yellow flowers here. He slowly brought his face closer to the orchids. Don't do this to me. The sweet scent brought back some memories that caused him to bite his lip. Are you humming? That sounds nice. What song is it? It's a new song by Snap. I got into it thanks to my mom. Idols, huh? Me and some girls in class are practicing AKB. Give me a break. Idols aren't even real artists, so why is all this crap all over the rankings? It's a bunch of bullcrap if you ask me. I don't know many songs myself. I'll let you listen to it some other time. It's great. Did you ever like an idol or something similar? My eyes lit up. I was waiting for this. I absolutely adore Mina, the Cinderella maid. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. The Cinderella what? Oh, you mean the maid you introduced me to? She's not actually one, though. The place she works at just uses a theme. The meeting was soon disbanded. Well, now that you've talked about maids, I've got to go and, do other stuff, over there. See you next time, Tojo. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. Only Tojo Minato and I were left in the donut shop. Okay, then. I guess we should probably leave, too. You also know Mina? Huh? What? I mean, the other Natsumi also talked about her a lot. Oh, yeah, sure. I've heard a lot about her from Natsumi, so... I see. So it was Natsumi. Tojo? Oh, I almost forgot. Morichika and I are going to a musical event tomorrow. Want to come along? A musical event? Like an event that was all about listening to hype music and being all, heck yeah! Yeah, I think I'll pass. Oh, that's a shame. But I do enjoy it in my stead, too. Oh, I will. Absolutely. Anyway, I'll see you some other time. All right, I'll be going... Upon standing up, I noticed something. This is Tojo Minato's cassette tape. I remembered it from the other story. Oh, yeah, that horrible, terrible, creepy thing. I knew how much it meant to him. He carried it around at all times, almost like a lucky charm. I had to bring it to him. However, he said he'd be meeting Morichika Haruki tomorrow. I guess I'll meet him on Monday after school. I nodded to myself and slid the tape into my pocket. The tape! Where's the tape? Why is it gone? I had it on me at all times. I know I did. Oh, fetch! I clicked the wrong button, but it's okay. It was just a right click. Minato? I like... Minato. I like women. I can date them just fine. So why did I become like that when... Minato, calm down. Is it because I do that? Would I have stayed normal if I didn't wear that? Minato, look at me. Deep breaths in and out. That's it, nice and slow. I love you no matter how you are. Mamiya, I love you. Why does it make me happy to hear you say that? Am I that shallow? I'm such a woman. That's not true. I've made a mistake. I should have fought the urges. It's too late now. Entirely too late. Mamiya, what is it, Minato? What does it mean to be a man? Unfortunately, Monday was a rainy day. The rain occasionally stopped, only to return minutes later. The sky wasn't the least bit uniform. Actually, like, I love the rain, but I almost don't, like, this is my least favorite kind when it's, like, on and off. I prefer, like, just knowing what you're dealing with. The students passing by gave me suspicious looks, and I could hardly blame them, either. An adult man standing in front of the school with a black umbrella was nothing if not conspicuous. I was feeling rather uncomfortable. I steeled myself and waited until I finally saw a familiar face among the students. Tojo! My voice sounded cheerful enough, but for some reason it made his shoulders tremble when he heard it. Oh, Natsumi! Why are you here? You left this at the shop. Here you go. Tojo made a face like he was about to cry, then gripped the cassette tape like it was the most important thing to him in his whole world. I can't believe I nearly lost it. I'm so glad you brought it back to me. I suppose that's the one thing I have to make up to you. Well, one more thing I have to make up to you for. Come on, it's no big deal. Anyway, you want me to see you home? Sure. But only if you don't mind. We headed for Tojo's home. Everyone was busy protecting themselves from the rain, so the two of us, an adult and a student, stood out less than you'd think. Here. Oh. Or would you prefer black? I brought some sugar, too. All right, I'll have that then. Thank you. Don't mention it. You must have been cold when you were waiting for me outside. Are you hungry? A bit. Is it evening? It is evening, after all. Come on, let's go to the convenience store. It's on me. You really don't have to do that. The splitting droplets made my feet wet. December rain was like ice. Each drop reflected Tojo Minato's face, which strangely enough was in a smile. Is there anything you want? You know, like something you want to do or need help with? Nothing really comes to mind right now. Oh, that's okay, but please remember that I'm willing to do anything for you. Alright, Minato, I know you're nice, but you're really, like, laying it on thick right now. It's not feeling... Okay, I think I mentioned before, like, I saw a lot of myself in a lot of these stories, and I think Minato I saw the most of me in. He has a very particular, like, personality, like the thing he's, like, most worried about. That's a part of him that I've never can relate with, but this right here, I can relate with. There's almost, like... obsessive thinking about like making sure that like people know and like you, being kind and making sure to say things that you know people will like enjoy or like appreciate, giving compliments and like wanting to like reciprocate feelings, maybe going over the top, this attitude of like needing to be there for people and like providing for them in some way. For me, it was about insecurity. And I think for Minato, it's the same thing. It's this insecurity that revolves around this idea that, like, if I'm honest, this is how I feel it truly. And like I said, Minato's got his reasons, and I had mine. But the reason why I think I was so obsessed with like making sure people were comfortable around me, that I provided fun atmospheres, inviting them and putting together activities to do, and like kind of like busying myself to make sure that they were happy and comfortable and fed and everything, was because I was terrified that if I didn't do the absolute best, that people wouldn't like me, that I would be abandoned and friendless. And I think it's because there was a part of me that didn't feel like I was worthy of being a friend with, that I was terrified that I didn't contribute anything to a relationship if I didn't push myself to be like a dependable, relatable, fun, happy, like respectful person, that I needed to be a certain way and behave a certain way in order for me to have a value in their eyes. And while it's good to be cognizant and caring and like aware of people's feelings and like paying attention to like how they feel, what they need and everything, I really undercut myself. It's hard to have a personality when your entire like life seems to revolve around the wants and needs of others. And when a personality is based solely on that, you end up being a really shallow individual. I never pushed myself to do things I wanted to do. I often would only do something if somebody else were interested in it. I would only push myself if it meant others were around to be there with me, to kind of be a part of that journey. And that's okay, but I took it to an extreme. I never did anything on my own. I never pursued a goal independently. And if I did, it never lasted long, because it started losing its value, because why spend so much time just on me? I don't think a lot of people go through something, at least to the extreme I did. I know a lot of people can be obsessed with how others think of them. I think it also is a manifestation of a kind of social anxiety. I don't know if it was never so much like I couldn't speak or find words to say in front of people. Like, I don't think I could do this YouTube channel if I wasn't confident in what I could say and just like kind of formulating my own thoughts. But I was so paranoid that if I didn't say the right things, that I wouldn't have people around me, that somehow they would like see behind my mask and look at who I really was if I just was honest, and that they would turn away. And sad, but true, that did end up happening. I found later, as I started to become more of myself and started like pursuing my own interests unabashedly, that there were people that kind of estranged themselves from me. And I kind of came to realize that it wasn't because they didn't like me per se. It was because the relationship wasn't a mutual one. I was kind to them and like I was pleasant to be around, but they didn't see me, or they weren't invested in me as a friend. And so when I stopped putting all that energy into a relationship, it just crumbled, because it was like a bridge that only had supports on one side. So as soon as I stopped like constantly reinforcing that side of the bridge just fell in, because there was nothing on the other side to hold it up. And so I'm now a huge advocate of having mutual friendships and having a give and take about relationships, whether they're romantic, whether they're like friendship, whether they're like community based, whether they're simply being part of an organization like a church or a club or politics or whatever. Like, there needs to be a back and forth, or else that's not healthy, because I've learned that that's what formulates an unhealthy, unstable relationship. And it was fueled by this obsession that if people didn't like me somehow, that it validated my own fears, that it somehow meant I was right, that I didn't have anything of value to offer. And sadly, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, because like I said, I walked away from a lot of my high school years not feeling like I'd ever explored anything about myself, because I'd never been willing to take those steps, to step outside my comfort zone and be like, this is what I like to do, and this is why it's important, because it's mine and it's something I like. Look at this now. I finally found that with something like my YouTube channel, where I make videos on content that's not popular, that I don't have a ton of friends to share it with. So I found people to share it with because I wanted to. And I'm so much happier because of it. And I think Minato's going through the same thing. I'm sorry it's such a big rant, but this is why it's so intrinsically like bonded. Minato's story was really heartbreaking for me, and actually was not my favorite because it was a little too relatable in these ways. So that's the context of that. I might have mentioned it before, but I don't think I went into the detail of like how a lot of this type of attitude seems based on personal like doubts and personal fears and personal insecurities. So this like pressure Minato seems to have, to where like if Natsumi shows him kindness, he has to reciprocate it immediately and have to go over the top to make it even more so, you know? Like, it's not about like paying back a debt, because I don't think that's how Minato sees it. It's more about like, I have to make sure you continue to value me, because if I ever become a burden on you, you're going to suddenly see me for who I am, and I can't stand that, and so neither would you. And that's a terrible place to be. So anyway, sorry for the ranting, but I think it's something I could not continue without at least addressing. So let's push on and see how this plays out, because I'm guessing that Natsumi is going to notice this a little bit. And if he doesn't comment on it now, I imagine that's where some of the conflict's going to come up. Because like this phrasing here, like, But please remember, I'm willing to do anything for you. It's heavy, isn't it? Come on, don't make it out to be such a big deal. I'm being serious. I'll do anything. Anything at all. Tojo? Tojo Minato flashed his usual smile. Was it really the usual one, though? He seemed somewhat... Did something happen? Huh? Not really. I'm the same as ever. Is something going on at school, or is it something else? Do I look like somebody that gets bullied? If anything, the class revolves around me. Tojo Minato, stop walking. But it's cold out here. Let's just hurry. Look at me. Why would I do that? The umbrella's in the way. I should be the one asking if something's happened to you. You're not being normal. The blue umbrella stopped moving. The rain became even stronger. Tojo. Not normal? I'm not normal. You seem so self-abandoned right now. I see. Not even the rain could drown out his firm, clear voice. I'm not you, so I don't always understand what you're talking about. I feel like it would have been better if I didn't hear him. His voice sounded so cold and distant, it made me question if I was even talking to Tojo Minato. Natsumi, he called out to me from behind the umbrella. What is it, Tojo Minato? I talked to him as gently as I could. Right now, he was essentially like a cornered animal. I didn't know what could happen if I set him off. You said I was kind, but you're wrong. It's my fault that Natsumi died. A passing car's headlights lit up the side profile. Oh boy. There's nothing kind about me. The light passed in an instant. I wasn't able to save him. This would have come to light sooner or later, so I'll admit it right now. I actually saw Natsumi in you. I thought that Natsumi would forgive my sins if I was nice to you. But you didn't commit any sin to begin with. I want Natsumi to forgive me. But you're innocent. Natsumi continues to haunt me. I can hear his curses. My name was in Natsumi's note because he wanted me to atone. Why else would I be there? I'm sorry. He pushed me away gently, but with palpable firmness. I ended up involving you in all this because of my own self-centeredness. Aren't you disappointed in me? Look, just forget about me. I don't care anymore. I'm sorry about everything. He turned to leave, but the look in his eyes made me spring into action out of sheer reflex. My coat danced in the air in slow motion. Sounds grew distant. I was certain that I had to stop Tojo Minato. Let me go. I couldn't say it. I couldn't reveal that I was the real Natsumi and that I held no grudges against him. But it's okay. I don't mind if you see Natsumi in me. I didn't know if that was the right thing to say. He stood within that misty world, soaked in rain and looking like he wanted to say something. But that would be rude. You're your own person, after all. But I'm... My words stopped in my throat. No. He didn't want me. He didn't want my forgiveness. He only needed words from Natsumi. But the dead couldn't come back to life, and Natsumi could no longer speak. I struggled to find the right words, only to end up exhaling a sigh. The words I had lost turned into steam in the surrounding cold. Natsumi doesn't hold a grudge against you. I felt like I said something I shouldn't have. Even so, Tojo Minato slowly closed his eyes and let the cold take him. Thank you. They were awkward sounding words, now lost to the sound of the rain. Thank you, Natsumi. That made it easier for me. It was quite clear he only said that to end this as quickly as possible. I wasn't able to wipe away his guilt. That day, for the first time ever, I was actually jealous of Natsumi. Natsumi. He walked up to me with a smile that made it hard to believe what had happened in the rain yesterday. Sorry to keep you waiting, Tojo. It's okay, I just arrived myself. So, what should we eat? If this was what Tojo Minato wanted, then I had no choice but to play along. We finished eating the donuts we ordered, then chatted over a cup of tea. So, what do you usually do? Me? Oh, this and that. I see. And what about days off? Huh? Well, I meet up with you guys and, So basically, you have tons of free time? Well, I guess. It was true, but hearing that from him almost made my pride as a working adult crumble to dust. You're not a working adult, though. Then why don't you come over to my place sometime? Huh? Your place? Yeah, I recently got into cooking. I figured we could make something together. His face bloomed into a dazzling smile, melting away any reason I might have refused him. I quickly accepted his invitation and was glad to see a new kind of smile from him. Guess we'll be cooking at Tojo Minato's place tomorrow, huh? I can't wait. I've already bought some ingredients and a present, so I'm definitely ready for it. Anyway, time to sleep. Wow, he's like talking to himself now. Lovely. Natsumi. What? Holy fetch, what the... Whoa! Hey, Natsumi. Mina! I jumped up in surprise and immediately realized I wasn't in my own room. What the fetch is happening? Wait, huh? What's going on? What a lovely smell. I didn't know why, but the world seemed so unusually bright. I looked down and saw Mina in my arms. She giggled like someone had just tickled her. Huh? Was this a dream? Yeah, it has to be. There's no other explanation. Hey, Natsumi. Yes? Where did you come from, and where will you go? That seems awfully philosophical for a dream. Or maybe she asked that precisely because this was a dream? As I wondered how to respond, Mina hurled even more questions at me. Where did we come from? Where should we go? Why did life originate? Those are some pretty difficult questions. Ugh. She affectionately pushed herself on me. Oh boy. Oh boy. I tensed up. I couldn't move properly. Me. Natsumi. Don't forget me. I couldn't even if I wanted to. How could I forget someone that's so lovely and full of charm? That makes me so happy. I smiled once a moment and then made herself comfortable and slowly closed her pretty eyes. Huh? Was this the part where was it that? Had the time actually come? My whole body was so stiff that all I could do was look at her. I was so tense I ended up gulping audibly and getting immediately embarrassed by it. Gathering all my resolve, I finally placed my hands on her shoulders. Natsumi. Mina. Ah! I came back to my senses. Darn it! Ah! Fetch, man! I had fallen out of bed with my legs wrapped in the sheet covers. I am the worst! The sheer disgust I felt toward myself made me hug my pillow tight. Why? It's a dream, man! Frankly, who could blame you? Mina's great. Like this? Wow, you're so good at this. Are you actually an expert chef? Well, you know, I dabble sometimes. You're just being humble. And here I was thinking of showing off. He started pouting when flailing his hands around. When I arrived at his place, he welcomed me in an apron. We didn't even talk about what we'd be cooking, so I only brought a bottle of champagne. Huh? That's so fancy. Is it alcoholic? Of course not. You didn't have to be so considerate of me. What's the point of drinking if I can't do it with you? So, champagne that's non-alcoholic, isn't that just sparkling cider, right? Like that's what you would call it, at least here in the US. I don't know. Maybe they use champagne in Japan, but like as an alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Good point. Yeah, now let's rest and wait for it to puff up. They made a freaking souffle? Tojo Minato took off his apron and we went to the living room. Natsumi, why are you so good at making sweets? I'm pretty confident in my Merigas? I have no idea what that is. Like, that's obviously like a French cooking thing or whatever. I don't know. That kind of suits you. Hold on, I'll make some tea. He gave me a pretty smile. I sat down on the sofa like a cat in a new home. Was he always like that? This felt strange. He treated me almost like a girlfriend. I looked outside and saw a sky blanketed by clouds. Not a sliver of sunlight could reach the living room. Sorry for the wait. The forecast says it'll rain. Did you bring an umbrella? Rain? Oh man, I guess I'm gonna go home drenched. Oh, that's not... Then why not stay over here? I wouldn't mind. He waved his hand and his words made my heart skip a beat. Really? I suppose I'll take you up on the offer then. We have time until food's done. Should I turn the TV on? Oh, hey, do you have a photo album or something? Huh? I may or may not have just looked through one recently. Well, it's not every day you get a chance or even a reason to look at them. Could you show it to me? Well, fine, but only because it's you asking. Tojo Minato brought over an album from his room. We got so into it we didn't notice how dark it was getting outside. What about the food? Wow, you have long hair in this photo. Yeah, hey, stop it! That's past, I want to forget! Why did you grow it out? I think I was a fan of an anime character. That's kind of cute. I'll make you show me yours someday. What? Mine? Oh, totally. I'll dig up all your embarrassing secrets. Actually, I didn't think I even had an album. Before I could say that, though, a photo fell out of the last page of the album. Flowing locks, half twin tails, long dignified skirt, and a certain air of purity. Mina? As Tojo Minato picked up the photo, his expression changed drastically. Tojo? Wait a minute. No, he can't be Mina, could he? Like, no, like that would be amazing. You're one of Mina's fans too? That's... Hey, don't worry. I'm the type who welcomes fellow fans. Let's cheer her on together. Oh, but what if you're against fellow fans then? That's not it. She's actually my cousin. What? Holy crap, are you serious? You're what? You seem to be a fan, so I didn't know whether to say that or not. You know her personal... You know her personal life? Oh, yeah, I guess. Wait. I don't know. I'm actually starting to think, what if he is Mina? That would be the most amazing thing. I'm so jealous. No, I'm a fan. I can't allow myself to know her offline life. Is that how it is? Yes, a fan needs to be wary of the distance between his idol. She's not really someone who deserves fans. He lowered his tone. Tojo Minato gently traced Mina's outline with his finger. Okay, I'm starting to think I've figured it out, actually. Oh, that's a twist! Couldn't quite make out his expression in the dark. However, I felt something in his words. Tojo? A heavy silence descended upon us. A navy blue curtain had fallen over the outskirts of the window. I began to hear the faint sound of rain. You'd be sorely disappointed if you knew what she was really like. My vision began to shake. I'd heard that voice somewhere. No, it was obviously Tojo Minato's voice, but that wasn't it. You'd be thoroughly disillusioned, I'm sure of it. My head felt heavy. Someone that meant a lot to me was disparaging someone I held so similarly dear. Natsumi, don't forget me. Why would you say that? I'd stood up before I realized it. Natsumi? Mina works hard. She gives her dreams to those of us who need them. I think that's good enough. So, no matter what she's like, the Cinderella she shows us wouldn't be sullied by that. I didn't think you were the type to say that. Huh? Oh, I think I should go. What? Natsumi? I'm a lot more disappointed in you than I was when you saw Natsumi and me. That blue room. The only sound that could be heard belonged to the light drizzling outside. Tojo Minato ever seem that near wilted. Didn't even see the near wilted orchids. With the album still on the floor, he simply stood in place, dumbfounded, as he looked at the person who had just went out the door. All right, I think I'm going to end here. I think it's a good place to stop. It's like, again, these videos tend to be a little shorter, but it's a lot to think about. I would wonder though, like, what if Minato? Oh my gosh! Holy, I am an idiot! Holy crap, I'm an idiot! Look, I mean, Minato, Mina, fetch! It was there the whole freaking time. He's totally Mina. We knew he had a thing about the cross-dressing and like wanting to be a girl. What if he just did it? What if he just... Holy crap. That makes so much sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, to be fair, I do think I would find it a bit shocking if I was really, really like into a girl and found out that she was a guy. Like, if I thought she was a girl, it would definitely have me reevaluate those feelings. But I think, like, I wouldn't rule out at least, like, coming to terms with that. Like, maybe, I don't know. I really don't think for me it would work out just because I just don't feel like I have those tendencies at all. Like I think it would be, like, relationship-wise a deal breaker if like gender's always been a major part of the attraction for me. But I also think I would have to at least, like, ask myself if I were in that situation, like, well, first of all, I'd have to get to know them. So obviously I couldn't fall in love with somebody whom I just, like, admired from afar. And during the get to know process, obviously, like, that would be something to confront. But at the same time, like, it makes you wonder, like, if that actually happened, like, if you really felt like you had fallen for somebody and then you found out that they were, like, not even like a transgender per se, but like more like a cross-dresser, like they were playing a role rather than it being like their actual identity, like that would be that'd be something I've never conceived of, like, having to deal with. And transgenderism also too, like, that's a hurdle. It's something that needs to be taken care of, like not taken care of, but like something needs to be, like, thought about and, like, addressed. But it shouldn't be something that's immediately a rejection or that you're a bad person if you immediately reject it per se. But I think it would be an opportunity for you to re-examine, like, your own personal feelings and the fact that you and them are more complicated than a simple, like I don't know, binary system. And so it's always, like, something to at least be open to the possibility of. Like, I think, like, if I found out I'd, like, met somebody and was interested in somebody who had transitioned, for instance, that would be something to, like, overcome, and something I would have to, like, I don't think I can truly answer that unless I was in that situation. But I think it's important to at least, like, pursue that line of thought if you ever found yourself in the situation. Like, it's complicated though, and I think that you also shouldn't be it shouldn't be held against you if that just doesn't work out, or if that's just something that you can't like you can't find workable. Like, it's one of those weird things, and there's a lot of very charged, like, opinions on this, and I'm not sure if I have a solid enough opinion to even have a stance on it. It's just, like, I don't know. When it comes to truth, when it comes to understanding, and when it comes to people, like, there's never open shut cases, and I think that each thing needs to be taken in case by case, and whatever, the most important thing is to like be good to other people, treat them with respect, because like regardless of what they are or choose to be or whom they are or where their life has taken them, like everyone deserves a foundation of respect. And that respect like has to be tangible respect. It can't just be like, oh, I respect you, but I'm going to mistreat you. Like that doesn't work. And that includes you. So like if you're in a situation like that where like maybe like if I'm right about the Mina situation, like if that were something that does disillusion and disappoint you, that's okay. Like you need to be kind about it, obviously, but like I don't know. Respect is really all that needs to be there. Respect for yourself, respect for them, respect for others, respect for people and their situations. I don't know. I'm rambling because this is a tough topic, and it's like, and again, like just Minato's story to begin with was a tough one to wrap my to wrap my thoughts around, because it's so complex, and like it's only gotten more complex if I'm right about this. But we'll have to see if if the truth of that next time. So thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you especially to the patrons who helped select this game and playthrough that we're doing. It's a fantastic choice. I got some real exciting updates coming up. Hopefully next week, but this weekend's going to be a little crazy for me, it turns out. Just some stuff is coming up, and so we'll have to see exactly how the announcement plays out. But I'm planning to do at least a like formal announcement on the 4th if I can manage it. So hopefully you'll stick in tune for that. It should be something fairly brief, but it'll be kind of like a new thing coming out, so I hope you'll be excited for that with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next video, watch me or see me next. I'll see you there.